What is going on, y'all? Joe Johnston here from Speaker Scale. And in this video, I'm going to be taking you through the systemized scalable speaker. So, this essentially, from a very high level perspective, is what we help our clients with here at Speaker Scale. Again, my name is Joe Johnston. For those of you who don't know me, I've been in the speaking industry now for 6 years. I started in February of 2019, built my speaking business from the ground up to the six-figure mark, have now done multiple six figures as a speaking bureau for the past couple of years. And over the past 2.5 years, since May of 2022, have been working with speakers here at Speaker Scale to help them predictably launch, grow, and scale their speaking business. And when we really look at as speaker growth consultants at Speaker Scale, what we help our clients with, it's one, if not multiple, of these different areas, right? So these are basically the five different areas of a speaking business that we see and we believe need to be dialed in order to have consistent, predictable speaking engagements, to raise your fee over time, to get on bigger stages, and to just ultimately be growing year over year as a speaker. So let's kind of break this down into the different areas. So the first is having a very, very clear marketing system, right? And when we look at a marketing system, we look at a couple different pieces. One is getting really, really clear in your expert positioning statement. This is who you help and how you help them as a speaker, what differentiates you, what makes you unique. So when folks come to you and potential meeting planners and prospects come to you, they can see very, very clearly what you do, what you are a go-to expert on, and what problems you solve as a speaker. The next is having a very, very clear content plan. So, knowing what channels to post and create content on, and creating the right type of content on those channels to go out there on a consistent basis and be doing that consistently as opposed to just haphazardly, kind of posting content and not really having a plan to it. And then the third piece of the marketing system is dialed in marketing assets. So, there's a couple main pieces. One is your speaker demo reel, one is your speaker website, and the third piece is going to be your LinkedIn profile that we have our clients really focus on, at least to start, when it comes to their marketing pieces. Now, let me also say as well that all of this stuff that we're putting in here, we basically help our clients implement, and I'll kind of tell you more about that at the end of the video. We help our clients implement, we template all of these things, give these to our clients, and then provide one-on-one and group consulting to them along along the process. The purpose of your marketing system is threefold. One, to attract new eyeballs to your content. Two is to nurture current eyeballs that are already on your content and following you. And three is to convert deals more smoothly, right? So the more content, the bigger your brand is. Like our clients who have really, really clear brands, their deals convert really, really smoothly at a much higher rate, where some of our other clients is not super clear and their brand isn't super clear and all that good stuff. The next piece of the puzzle is going to be your lead gen system, right? So the purpose of this is very simple: to consistently generate positive responses and calls booked onto your calendar with qualified leads and opportunities in a scalable and systemized manner. I put team here because eventually you'll want to, put automation into place. You want to put VAs into place to manage this system, right? So your lead gen system is pretty simple. Up top here, what you have is basically your research tools. So different ways that you can get prospect leads at scale. One is through LinkedIn. It's a very, big platform that a lot of our clients and that we teach. The second is going to be through an automated email outreach system. And then the third is going to be through AI, using AI and ChatGPT to research different conferences, different events, different colleges, universities that you want to speak at, depending on what market that you're in, associations, to get leads that way. So you get your lead lists at scale. From there, you're going to then reach out to them, whether it's through LinkedIn, whether it's through email, whether it's through cold call, through these different methods. And you're looking for a 5% positive response rate, right? So you're looking to garner back a 5% positive response rate. If you get a positive response, fantastic. You're then going to take them through the appointment setting process, eventually trying to get them onto a call. If they get onto a call, great. They then go into your sales flow, which we'll go into next. If they don't, they go into your long-term nurturance process. If you don't get a response, or if you get a no response, you end the engagement, right? You don't focus on that 95% of people that you're going to be reaching out to that aren't a good fit or aren't interested in your services. You're focusing on the 5% who are a good fit and who give a positive response and are interested in potentially chatting with you and bringing you in to speak. Now, from there, you start to book calls, right? Then you have to have a really solid sales process in place. Now, the purpose of your sales process is to consistently and predictably convert deals, obviously. And number two, to maximize every deal that comes into your pipeline, right? So there's a couple different pieces when it comes to the sales flow. One is clear and compelling sales funnel and assets, right? You want your leads warmed up. You want them coming to an initial call with you if they are a good fit and they are qualified on the different metrics, already warmed up in 50 to 60 to 70% sold on you. Now you're just having a logistical conversation and you don't have to do all that selling on the call, right? So really clear assets. This goes back to your brand and your marketing piece, right? Kind of like we talked about, dial in marketing assets, converting deals more smoothly, is part of your sales assets and your funnel. Next is clear sales calls, templates, and scripts. A lot of the mistakes that we see speakers make is they want to sell. They want to sell, sell, sell on the first call. And really, the first call should be a qualification call, right? We should really just be trying to qualify and make sure that the prospect and the folks that we're reaching out to are actually a good fit for what we do before we pitch them into our services and different products, right? And then the last is a clear negotiation structure. So, look, you're going to run into some deals really at any level of the game where they're not going to have the fee level for you and what you do. And so, what you're going to want to do is have a really clear negotiation structure and a negotiation toolbox that you can kind of work within to negotiate down and to still maximize the opportunity for the business that makes the most sense. Next is going to be your fulfillment process. So, this is once the deals actually start closing. The purpose of the fulfillment process is to smoothly transition from verbal confirmation to paperwork in the pre event process, right? And to have a predictable process in place for every gig to crush it on stage, collect marketing materials, and turn it into more opportunities on the back end, whether that's future business, whether that's upsells to consulting and coaching work, or whatever it is. So the fulfillment process is, we break it down into three areas. One is the pre-event process, then the event day, and then a post-event. Pre-event process, you want to have a clear pre-event paperwork and marketing assets process. I just got an email with one of the speakers I work with. We're preparing for the gig. They want a timed outline for the presentation. Perfect. You want to make that experience in the gigs in 2 months. You want to make that experience really, really seamless and smooth for the meeting and event planners that you're working with. The second piece of the puzzle in pre-event is the pre-event call, right? And so having pre-event calls or pre-event calls, plural, with the meeting planner to ensure that you're on the same page. All their constituents are there, their decision makers who are going to be there, making sure you understand what they want, you understand what their needs are, so you can tailor as much, customize your presentation as much as possible to their needs and to what they're looking for. Next is the event day optimization. So you want to obviously have a referable speech that's going to lead to spin-off business. And then two, you want to have systems and tools in place to maximize more business, right? So using tools like Talkadot, where you can grab leads on stage, you can turn that into more business on the back end, you can turn it into spin, all that good stuff on the back end. And then finally is the post-event process, right? So the post-event process and call, as well as getting repeat, referral, and spin-off business. And really just maximizing and making sure you have a very clear pre to post-event process. So you're upselling, you're cross-selling, you're downselling opportunities. Finally, is building team and scaling beyond the stage, right? So once you start really getting to 125, 150K mark, if not before that, if not a little after that, you want to start building team and scaling beyond the stage, right? And the purpose here is twofold. One is to slowly and methodically remove yourself from all non-essential aspects of your speaking business. Number two is to gain peace, freedom, and structure over your speaking empire. So a couple different things. One is SOPs and proper hiring. You want to have systems in place to hire. You want to have SOPs so that if you have to fire and bring someone else in, the transition is a lot smoother because everything is documented. Next, you want to datatize everything. You need to have a CEO dashboard. You want everything to be datatized so that you can have numbers, you can have data on the business as a whole, and you can just look at a snapshot and see what the health of your business is. If things are off, if there's bottlenecks, you can see that because everything is datatized and you can see it very clearly in the CEO dashboard. And then finally, you want to be able to scale up, right? So once you have these systems in place, you're starting to build team. You want to be able to scale up in terms of fee. You want to be able to scale up in terms of other offers, upsells, cross sells, downsells, whatever it is. So look, guys, high level, this is what we help our clients implement. We have templates at every single step of this process. We've done this, we've built our own speaking businesses. We have countless case studies and testimonials of other clients that we've helped. If you are looking at this and you're like, I don't have any of this, or you're looking at this and you're like, hey, there's like one or two areas here that certainly could be optimized. The fact of the matter is, like, if one of these are off, you're minimum missing a gig a year. So you want to have everything tight here. And so if you guys are interested, we have my team will be sending over a time for you guys to book a 15-minute call with me and my team to chat more about if we'd be a good fit to help you. Again, we're speaker growth consultants that help speakers predictably launch, grow, and scale their speaking businesses. We're speakers ourselves, so everything that we bring to our clients is updated with what we're learning and growing our own speaking businesses. So hopefully this was valuable to you all, and if you're interested in chatting, go ahead and grab that time, and we will chat soon.